Welcome to the story of the serial killer next door. A quiet neighborhood unmasked. In a peaceful, tight-knit community where everyone knows each other, life is idyllic until a series of mysterious disappearances shakes the neighborhood. The once serene streets now hold an air of tension and dread. Fear spreads as we meet key characters, the unsuspecting neighbors, the diligent detective, and the seemingly ordinary man living next door. Uncovering the first clues, Detective Sarah Mitchell starts to connect the dots, realizing that these are not isolated incidents but the work of a methodical serial killer. Bodies are discovered in gruesome conditions, each with a unique calling card left behind. A single black feather. Suspense builds as the investigation deepens, and the community begins to unravel, suspecting one another. Whispers of a shadowy figure lurking in the dark corners of the neighborhood become common, and the once friendly atmosphere is now heavy with paranoia. As tension mounts, Detective Mitchell discovers crucial evidence pointing towards a chilling pattern. Interviews with survivors and families of the victims reveal disturbing details about the killer's modus operandi. Meticulous planning, stalking his victims for weeks, learning their routines, and striking when they are most vulnerable. The story delves into the psychological profile of the murderer, exploring his past and the events that shaped him into a remorseless predator. As the detective gets closer, the killer's behavior becomes more erratic, leading to a dangerous cat-and-mouse game. The neighborhood is on edge, with trust eroding and paranoia escalating. People no longer feel safe in their own homes. Shadows seem to move on their own, and the faintest noises in the night send chills down spines. Security cameras capture fleeting glimpses of a hooded figure, but never enough for a clear identification. The detective's relentless pursuit brings her face to face with the killer, but the encounter leaves more questions than answers. The killer escalates his campaign of terror, targeting the detective directly. She receives haunting phone calls with nothing but heavy breathing and finds her personal items rearranged. Cryptic messages and eerie gifts appear at her doorstep, escalating the psychological torment. The sense of terror intensifies as the killer's presence becomes more invasive, intruding into her home, leaving blood-red ink notes with ominous warnings. In the thrilling conclusion, Detective Mitchell pieces together the final clues, leading to a high-stakes showdown. The killer, feeling the walls closing in, becomes desperate and more dangerous than ever. He begins to taunt the detective, leaving cryptic messages and eerie gifts at her doorstep. The sense of terror escalates as the killer's presence becomes more invasive. Phone calls with nothing but heavy breathing, finding her personal items rearranged, and unsettling notes written in blood-red ink. The detective devises a risky plan to capture the killer, knowing that one wrong move could lead to more deaths. The narrative reaches its climax as the detective and the killer confront each other in an abandoned house on the outskirts of the neighborhood, a place where the killer conducted his gruesome rituals. The atmosphere is thick with the stench of decay and the oppressive silence of death. As they face off, shocking twists and hidden secrets are revealed. The killer is unmasked as John Reed, a seemingly harmless neighbor who had integrated himself into the community. His basement is a chamber of horrors, filled with macabre trophies from his victims. The confrontation is brutal and intense, with Mitchell narrowly escaping several deadly traps set by Reed. In the final moments, Mitchell manages to overpower Reed, but not before he delivers a chilling prophecy that there are others like him waiting and watching. The resolution brings closure to the grieving families and the community, but not without lasting scars. The story ends with a reflection on the impact of the events and a haunting reminder of how evil can lurk in the most unexpected places. The neighborhood, though trying to heal, is forever changed. Nights are still filled with uneasy silence, and every creak and whisper in the dark is a reminder of the terror that once prowled their streets. Detective Mitchell, haunted by the ordeal, resolves to continue her fight against the unseen monsters of the world, knowing that true evil hides in plain sight. Thank you for watching The Serial Killer Next Door. Please subscribe to our channel for part 2 of the story. And don't forget to like, comment, and share.